Well, end of another day. Uh, I took the RV in because yesterday when they hooked it up, they hooked up the for the GPS directions, and the phone calls only are coming through the back speaker. Well, the back speaker is 19 feet back, so it's like, yeah, I can't hear it. It's not good. So I had to take it in this morning, and they had to switch the wires. They switched the wires, and so now everything's fine. I actually tried the DVD player. It's got a DVD player in there too. And I set the sound, got everything right, and it sounds like, like you're at the movies, And Ronaldo came over, and he's sitting there, he's going, wow, that really sounds good. I said, well, yeah, I set the equalizer and everything, So anyway, I played The Last of the Mohicans. It's such a great movie, and at the beginning of it, that sound, that's a great movie, a soundtrack. So it really looks good. So I can be there and get somewhere and watch a movie. Okay, so happy with that. The sound is killer. It's like being in a movie theater, but with the little screen like this. Big sound, small screen. Okay. But it was really good, the sound was great. So that was nice to have. In case I want to see a movie, stop and take a break and watch some of a movie for a while or something. So yeah, getting closer to being able to go. I tried washing the clothes in there last night. Oh my God. Well, the water comes out of the little water, and I purposely only put a little bit in to see what it's going to do. Okay. But it comes out too fast. So I've decided, I have to wait till I get to a nice place that I can be out kind of, and plug it in outside, do the laundry outside, and get a one that you can go ahead and dump where you're at, that's environmentally friendly, So I've ordered that, low suds, environmentally friendly. So I'm going to have to do my clothing stuff when I get to somewhere where I can be out for do it outside, because it just comes out of there too quick for my drain. And then I've got to be mopping the floor and doing all that because the drain is in the floor there. So I just decided that's just too much drama for me. So I'll wait till I get somewhere that I can get there early in the day, do that, and be someplace where I can put the clothes out on the RV where it's hot and they can dry very quickly. So new plan. You adjust these things as you go along. So yeah. So the last thing that needs to be done, I think everything else is done. I've got it decorated the way I want. I need to see if there's a few more provisions, things I need to put in there. But I've got a battery starter in there. In case something happens with the battery, I have a starter there. It's a little portable unit, which works great. I've got an inverter that will actually run the washing machine if I'm somewhere where I'm not plugged in and stuff. I have a little inverter that will actually run it, so that works. What else did I do? Oh, I've got a HEPA unit that I can plug in to clean the air, you know, keep the air clean in there. Do that once in a while, run the HEPA unit. And yeah, it's just about ready. Now I've got to figure out what clothes I'm taking, things that are really lightweight, easy to wash, easy to dry, so got to get that packed. I went yesterday, $300 worth of supplies for the puppies. Okay, you got to have shampoo, conditioner. I've got to have, you know, the clippers and things to do their, because when I'm gone, they need to be clipped. That's it. So I had to get clippers. I have to get, you know, the whole rigmarole for them. So puppies are set up. I'm still trying different clippers to see which ones are going to work best, and then the other ones I take back. So yeah, still working on that, getting that ready. I took their little bed in there. I decided I'll take the little kennel. It's nice. It's a kennel that folds up like a regular kennel, but then the sides will unzip and then it fans out. So it's got a space in there for both of them to sleep comfortably, you know, but it folds up quite well for during the day. I decided I was going to do the kennel because if I go somewhere, like I want to go to the big powwow, you know, you can't take the dogs with you. They have to stay in the RV. It's going to be warm at that time in New Mexico, so I've got to, you know, I want to get the RV site where I've got the electricity so I can run a fan for them, can put them in the little kennel, you know, pop the top, keep that going, and run a fan for them so it doesn't get too hot, to keep the sides open so they have plenty of ventilation. So, you know, all these things you got to think about when you're taking them with you. You can't always take them in, and it can get so hot in cars so quick, so you got to have all these extra things with you, you know, to keep them warm or keep them cool or whichever case it is. You know, you have to keep the furnace going, or you have to keep the, you know, while you go in, keep them either warm enough or, you know, cool. So, yeah, got that ready. I've just got to find where that little fan is that I had out there for traveling. Have an atlas just in case. I want to do some little back roads, my own thing. So have that. What else do I have in there that's, I think that's about it. Yeah, the rest of the stuff you guys already know about. So, yeah, really pretty much ready to go. Now, Monday, I take it in and have it checked out. Have the oil change. It needs an oil change. The oil is really low and it needs to be changed. I didn't want to put any extra in because they're going to change it Monday. So taking it in Monday to have the oil changed, to have them check the transmission fluid. It needs more coolant, have them fill that up. Check the timing chain, all of that stuff, serpentine belt, timing chain, whichever, you know. Check all those things out and make sure that it's ready to go because it's at 60,000 miles, so it's time for the big check. So I want that to be done before I hit the road. And then I think at that point, I think I'm going to do a few short trips here in Florida, go out to the Everglades or something for a short trip. Although there's some Everglades I really don't want to be in too much because they've got those great big pythons out there. And I don't know about you, but I'm not into a 16-20-foot python, which could have me for lunch. Okay. Yes, they had a big python that they had caught going past a picnic area. Oh, God. It was like, yeah, no. I saw enough of those big pythons when I was in India. I do not need to see another one in my lifetime, okay? That was the one thing living, when I was living in the kutia, the hut. Yes, I was actually in a hut in India. You wake up and they'd have the scorpion that would be in there in the embers, to stay warm. Then I had a snake that decided to move in, that kind of lived in the rafter of the hut, and he got nasty. He didn't want to be taken out because, you would have the rat that would want to come in the evening, and the snake would go get the rat. But, okay, I'm not a big snake person anyway. I've had a cobra come through there. I've had, and the one thing I was always really you have to go to the toilet out in the forest. Okay. And what lives in the forest out there? Big pythons, okay? It's that was not thrilling for me. And then one time I hiked up to this temple up there, and there are also wild tigers. I heard this big roaring. It was just too close for comfort, I was sleeping outside that night and heard this great big tiger. And when you got tigers out there running loose and you hear it and it's this big roar, yeah, you're just going, I do not want to be dinner, okay? So, yeah, I'm not feeling like being that adventurous, to be running into pythons and tigers and, any longer. So, we'll see what happens, but, yeah. I know where my son lives. He lives up in Washington, close to Canadian borders. He said they have bears out there. They've got, he's got to watch out for the bears. So it's like, okay. And I did one time when I camped here in Florida. They keep saying the panther crossing, panthers. I did see a black panther when I left running down the road. This big cat is just going. Beautiful, but I'm glad I just saw the back of him, end of him leaving. I don't really run into a wild panther either, okay? So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but anyway, I'm looking forward to doing a few small excursions around here. Get the puppies used to being there, sleeping in there and everything, and before I take off for across country. So anyway, that's the happenings of the day. I did get the front plate on there this morning, the my painted pony plate, and on the back finally got my Florida license plate up there, and waiting for my other one to show up, which they said 3 months, so it's going to be a while before my personalized plate gets here. But that will be nice when I get Lady Hawk for the back of my RV. Anyway, I'm going to close this out. I've got to go check the mail. I'm still waiting for that check to come from the guy that I got the RV for the repairs that I had to do. He said he was sending that check. It should be here any day now for that money, and then I will give him his rating for selling it. I said, I'm not going to. I'm waiting to see that that comes in, and then I will go ahead and give him a good rating that he did make things right. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. I hope everyone's having a great evening. See you in the morning. Aho.